Good afternoon, this is Matt Bell from www.mattbell.org. I'm on a Saturday afternoon. I'm out at Wareham and I'm at the back of the part of the Forest Reserve which is looking towards Morden. I'm next to a main road. I'm just giving you up to date as to what I'm doing, and I want to tell you what's going on. I'll put the links below what I'm doing on the site. Recently I've done some material involving political correctness, and the Dutch Green Party leader Jesse Klaver and Political Correctness has explained how it's operated through the YouTuber Paul Neilsen, and there's some interesting observations about virtue signalling, what that means. You may have heard that phrase, his definition, what that means. Secondly, I've done quite a long, about 1,500 word report on what has happened in the Middle East. Daesh have been pushed out of the Middle East. We have Christians in Dorset, Orthodox Christians, and possibly other minorities in the Middle East, who I know through third parties, and it's written on the basis of them. We have a Jewish journalist called Ezra Levant who speaks to Stefan Molyneux of Freedom Domain Radio, and he talks about his experiences, that is Levant, of going into Batniyar on the Iraq-Iranian border with a colleague of his, Faith Goldie of Rebel Media, and Jewish journalists. So obviously you can imagine the risk they're taking going there, a threat of death with bodyguards, explaining what they found, speaking to a Yazidi woman who was a sex slave, and going to the aftermath of a Christian town where relics were smashed, everything, crosses and icons and various other things. You can find the link below. I'm working on something at the moment on roadworks. We have a plethora of roadworks which are happening across Dorset, and last August the Poole borough took a grant of about 2.9 million. So if you see a lot of roadworks around, you'll see them Canford Road, and you'll see them Blandford Road, Hamworthy. There's obviously an ongoing development, Sturt Road. They've been in Parkstone Road in Poole. These all had to be done by the end of March. So this may be why this is happening on such an intensive basis. So this will be being put up in the next 24 hours, I hope. So if you bear with me, hopefully there'll be something there on there as well. Fourthly, I've also put something online the last few days in relation to soy, and this is the work, it has to be acknowledged as the work of the Prison Planet and Elliot Hulse, who's a fitness trainer, who talk about experience, and Dr. Kayla Daniels is a scientist who describes what soy impact is. And this has nothing to do, if people are thinking it's talking about the feminisation of men. If people are already gay, it doesn't affect them. It's about whether the, GM soya affects people in the environment, whether it turns men more feminine in traits if they're adopting a GM soya-based diet, which is GM-based, and not the Asian soy, which is fermented before use, which is made clear by Elliot Hulse. So these are things which I've spoken about, and hopefully if you get the chance to read them up and look at the links and the backlinks, please do. Again, if you want me to talk about the ongoing issues that we're facing with the vegan campaign and that attack on the food industry, which is happening right now, Brexit or no Brexit, it's suicidal to do it, because tourism comes off the back of the landscape, and the custodians of the landscape being attacked online. A lot of those people doing the attacking online do not have a lot of practical experience of the countryside. So no, you're attacking before you join on campaigns to destroy the goose that lays the golden egg. So I will sign off now, but thanks for listening. Please donate if you can to what I'm doing. It takes time, it takes a lot of effort, and it's a very exciting time to be alive, of course, but I'm also want to highlight, and also one last one, a good story. There's Frank Stevens, the Down syndrome adult, who spoke to the Congressional Committee about his right to live as a Down syndrome adult, and that he has rights. I don't want to go into too much details. You can read it up for yourself. I'll put him the link below as well. And good news. Thank you for listening to this small podcast or small YouTube. And I hope that you'll be able to read the links below. Thank you. Bye.